What is up, my friends? So let's talk about Halloween, which is a remake slash sequel slash rewriting the history of Halloween, and I'm all here for it. I'm here for it. Written part by Danny McBride, which I was pretty shocked when I heard about him because Danny McBride is not the guy you usually associate with horror. Nonetheless, I hear he has a pretty great script alongside Jeff Bradley and David Gordon Green. This film is directed as well by David Gordon Green and is produced by Jason Blum. So I was expecting some pretty awesome stuff, and well, definitely does deliver on that. So this movie basically takes 40 years after the Haddonfield murders in 1978. So anything beyond Halloween, the first movie is like non-existent at this point. Now, this movie follows two journalists, Aaron Corey and Dana Haynes, as they travel to Smith's Grove Sanitarium, and they go there to interview Michael Myers, who was captured by Dr. Loomis after he shot him off the Doyle House balcony. Now, Dr. Sarden is Michael's new psychiatrist after Dr. Loomis's death. He informs him that he is able to speak, but that he doesn't. So he is like able to, but he just doesn't want to. There even comes a point when they're trying to get him to speak, and the guy pulls out the mask and mentions Laurie Strode, but still nothing. They decide to just let it go, and then they go to meet with Laurie Strode, and we see that she has pretty much like a bunkered out home, ready for whatever may come, apocalypse, whatever. But her apocalypse definitely is Michael Myers. She tells him all about the event that happened and the post-traumatic events and stress that it's caused on her, even having her have 2 failed marriages and losing custody of her youngest daughter, Karen. They ask her if she would be up to go and have a sit talk or interview with Michael Myers before he's transferred to a maximum prison. And they just want to find out exactly what made him tick and why did he commit the murders in 1978. She gets really pissed off about this, and she's like, get the fuck out of my house. And she still takes the money that they gave her in order to have this sit down in the first place. We get to meet Allison, who is Karen's daughter and Laurie's granddaughter. And she pretty much, in her first scene, we see her with her friends, debunks the whole thing about the Halloween franchise that Michael was Laurie's brother. Then cut to see that the bus that was going to be transporting Michael Myers to the maximum security prison is now in a ditch, and then we see a man and his son appear and try to investigate what's going on, and they encounter a fatally wounded security guard, and the security guard is like, get the fuck out of here right now. They, however, don't heed the warning, start to investigate, and then Dr. Sartain appears. They shoot him accidentally in the shoulder, and then as they try to run back to the truck to call the police, Michael appears and kills them. We then see the two journalists arrive, and as Dana leaves Aaron to use the restroom, and he goes inside to pay the gas, he notices a dead mechanic missing his overalls and a cashier whose jaw was ripped open. And then we see Michael attack Dana in the restroom, and when he arrives to save her, Aaron, Michael kills him by bashing him into the door numerous times, and then he strangles Dana to death. Michael goes on to look in their vehicle and finds his mask and puts it on. Then goes on a murderous rampage throughout Haddonfield as he kills various people throughout in a very sort of Halloweenish way. And what I mean by that is sort of in the John Carpenter way, and then mixed in with some Rob Zombie. So it definitely has a lot of both and really gives you that classic yet new feeling that we get from this franchise, and no other franchise could actually give you that. But anyways, as then we see his murderous rampage go on, there is a final showdown in the room that is fortified in Laurie Holmes, and we finally see that they are able to trap him in the safe room and then ultimately set it ablaze. Both Laurie, Karen, and Allison escape as the house begins to get engulfed in flames. The last shot is of the house burning, and then you can hear the sound of Michael's breathing. So what was supposed to be designed as a safe room ultimately became the cage to hold Michael and to pretty much burn him to heck. I thought it was pretty interesting for the fact that this movie had us like seeing Laurie's more like PTSD going on. I thought that would be an interesting thing to show in any like slasher sequel, and they do that in a lot. But I think that this one was more on the realistic side of things as how people actually deal with these things, and I thought that that was a pretty cool aspect of this film. Now, is Michael Myers dead? That is the big question, and well, the truth lies in one thing: how much ka-ching this movie makes. But in all seriousness, why did I even laugh like that? Sorry, it's like 7 in the morning right now while I'm recording this. But the big issue will be definitely to know how Michael Myers would have survived, like burning alive in some fort and whatnot. And I think that they would definitely make a sequel if their money is right there. This is definitely gonna blow the box office away, so I don't see why they couldn't make a sequel to this movie. And I'm definitely seeing a lot of potential, especially if they bring on all the same people, the writers, the producers, the director. I think that you could have a pretty good trilogy or maybe a whole new series happening with this movie. I thought that the way it felt as well, and it felt sort of new, but it also felt very classic, and a lot of callbacks to the first one was definitely amazing. I do like the fact that Laurie and Michael aren't brother and sister, because I feel like that kind of like brother and sister was sort of a cop-out, sort of shock moment, especially during the times when you had movies like Star Wars and stuff like that, where you had big twists and all of this. I think that that was not done as a way for it to be genuine, more of something like people to be like, holy fuck, wait till you find out exactly what's going on in this movie. And so them getting rid of that whole twist aspect of it, I think definitely adds even more to the movie than it did before. So overall, I did enjoy the movie. What did you think about the ending? Do you think Michael Myers is dead? Do you think he's coming back? Do you think there should be a sequel, or do you think this is fine as it is? I'd like to know your opinion down below. But anyways, I will be making an ending explained to another Halloween movie, which I've been getting requests for. And this was even back then when I did a video where I was like, what other movies would you want me to do? But since we're in Halloween times, let's do it. And also make sure you check out my other videos on stuff you love about movies, music, and all that good stuff. And as always, I'll be having some videos out all week. I told y'all Halloween is here, so we're going to have a lot of horror films and all of that good stuff. So make sure you subscribe, comment, like, share, all that good stuff. 6,000 subscribers. Let's get to it. I'll see y'all next time. Stay positive, my friends.